Isn't sex a private act, though? Come on, between two individuals, and the government and the church has no right to regulate it. Look, it's my life. It's my body. It's my choice. No, it isn't. That's an absolute lie. Sex is not a private act like Planned Parenthood and everyone else would probably say it was. Sex is not a private act between two individuals. Look, these diseases pass from partner to partner to partner. A number of years ago, when Dr. C. Everett Koop was Surgeon General of the United States, for those of you in other cultures, it means he was a #1 health expert. He calls me on the phone. Interested, his secretary calls and said, on Tuesday at 2:13, Dr. Koop would like to talk to you. Not 2 o'clock, not 2, at 2:13 the phone rings. I guess that's how they do it in government. And he said, I had launched a big sexual purity program called Why Wait? He said, Josh, thank you for what you're doing. It's one of the most positive things out there. And then he said this, you've got to be more emphatic. I said, Dr. Koop, I get so much criticism now for being so straightforward. He said, I don't care. You've got to warn young people. Now this is #1 health. He said, every time they have sex, they're not just having sex with that person. They're having sex with everyone they had sex with, and they had sex with, and they had sex, and they had sex with, and they had sex their entire life. It's not a private act. You think on your wedding night, if either one of you have ever played around, you're not going to have a private act of sex between two people. Every person you ever had sex with and their partner will come right into that wedding bed. That's been proven now scientifically. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, this graphic is the most sad one. They caught an epidemic of gonorrhea in Atlanta, Georgia. They traced it back to a 16-year-old girl who had gonorrhea. She had sex with 2 guys. Out of that came, and you can see the grid here, the grid going out, 685 men and women got infected. From a private act between 2 individuals that the government, the church has nothing to say about it. At Colorado State, they came out, state of Colorado, came out with a pamphlet. And the title was, how many of the 64 people you had sex with last night did you know well? And it sent this, which you'll see right here, the thing down, where all these had sex, and from these 2 people went on and on and on, all the way down to scores of people. Some can be traced to 10,000 people. One act of sex. If it's a private act of sex between 2 individuals, then when you walk out from behind those closed doors, and why did they demand government money to fight STDs, for AIDS, for HIV, for HPV, for aid-to-dependent children? Why? Because it's not a private act between 2 individuals. They come out in the open, they demand this and this and this. The government needs to do this. Government needs to pay for this. The government needs to do research in HPV and HIV. Why isn't the government doing more? Why? It's a private act between 2 individuals, but the government and the church has nothing to say about it. Oh, gosh. Each pregnant teenager in my country costs taxpayers a minimum $100,000. And there's 800 to a million every year that become pregnant. Wow. No wonder we can't balance a budget in this country. Oh. One lady came to me in San Diego. 8 years before, she'd had one affair in her marriage. And after that, everything in her marriage was okay, good, everything. She came to me broken. She had to go tell her husband she was HIV positive. And she well could have given it to her husband. A private act between 2 individuals? No. Anyone you ever have sex with, you're having sex with everyone they had sex with, and their partner for just about your entire life. And that's what Dr. C. Everett Koop called me about. If you become a teen father in the United States, I don't know what is true in other countries, but if you become a teen father, what can it cost you? $10,000 to $50,000, $50,000 to $250,000, or $250,000 to $350,000. An average $50,000 to $250,000. It's pretty expensive sex.